Hi, I'm Dan Schmidt and this is Team Chicago Challenge. 2002 was a great year for Team Chicago. We won our second championship with the WERA National Endurance Series. We won the championship in middleweight superstock class. Steve Carson, I, and Phil Caldwell joined us in 2002. Sixth race of the series, Talladega GP Roadcourse. It's a small track, but I really like Talladega. I like a lot of things about Talladega. The owner, Mike, and his wife have built a great facility. Mike also owns the Kawasaki shop in Talladega. The track is located a little bit northeast of town. It's not the super speedway that NASCAR runs at, but this is the better facility as far as I'm concerned, as far as for motorcycle racing. So let's check out the action, the beginning of this endurance, WERA National Endurance at Talladega, and let's see how Team Chicago does in the first couple hours.
The weather is absolutely perfect. Probably we'll only get in the 80s. We usually expect about 90s here, but it is beautiful. So let's watch the beginning of this GMD CompuTrack WERA National 4-hour endurance.
37 teams have entered. This is round number 6 of the 9-race series. The teams are all getting their bikes ready to challenge Talladega GP course. But before the action can begin, let's listen to a trumpet duet of America's favorite song.
You guys had it in you.
Come on now. I didn't think you had it in you. Good show.
Coming into this event, leading in points in heavyweight superbike is WERA Suzuki. They've got a 90-point lead over Team Extreme. In heavyweight superstock, J&J is dominating that class. Lightweight superbike, Team Infotech from Colorado, they are leading, and they've got a 36-point lead over Team Charm. Middleweight superbike, Army of Darkness, is in the lead, but they are only 50 points ahead of WERA Suzuki 2. Middleweight superstock, Team Chicago, we have dropped to second place. Team Life is leading, and they have got about a 40-point lead over us. Overall, in the point standings, coming into round 6 at Talladega, it's WERA Suzuki first, Army of Darkness second, WERA Suzuki 2 is third. Team Extreme, Pennzoil, is running fourth. J&J is fifth. Team Life has moved up to sixth. Seventh is Psychotherapy Racing out of New York. Eighth is Northern Getaway. Ninth is 14K the movie. And Team Chicago, we are at least in the top 10. The fans are gathering at the wall to witness the start. The riders are ready. Watch the flag man. Second wave is off. Third wave is off. 37 teams will challenge this 1.3 mile road course. Up front, WERA Suzuki 2 on that 600 Suzuki. That's Mark Young. It's like Trey Beatty is suffering. He had 2 get-offs in practice. He's taking it nice and easy on the start. Looks like WERA 1, number 1 bike, is about in 7th place. See Steve Carson on the Team Chicago 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha R6. Mark Young, Mark Kozel, Northern Getaway. Team Life is flying out there. They're in 5th place. Number 85. As the teams come streaming by onto the front straightaway to complete lap 1 of this 4-hour National Endurance. On the move now, getting by Team Pennzoil. That's Trey Beatty. And WERA Suzuki moving up. Team Pennzoil on that Pennzoil Motorsport Graphic EBC 1000 Suzuki. Making a move past Northern Getaway. Trey Beatty is getting up to speed. He's now up to 3rd place. And at WERA breaks, Suzuki, Wantana. Uh-oh, rider down. Oh, that looks like young Jason Peters. 118 is team out of sight. We're sponsored by Fab Shot, Dunlap, Helmet Call, HJC, Spiegler Brake Lines, and shit. Trey Beatty has gotten around Army of Darkness. WERA is now running 1 and 2 as Trey Beatty on that 1000 gets by. Team Extreme is battling with Team Life, number 85. Team Life, they're leading middleweight super stock. Here comes Steve Carson with 618. 618 is Jeff Weiler's Cycle World. Still up front, that's Mark Young on the WERA Suzuki. Uh-oh, looks like Team Life has gotten around Team Extreme Pennzoil. Team Life on that Life Nightclub, Lockhart Phillips, Moto Heaven, 600 Yamaha. Trey Beatty is on the charge as he gets around Team Siren, the all-female race team. Steve Carson is charging through the pack. Jeff Weiler's right with him. It's like Team Extreme has gotten back around Team Life. Team Life is charging out there. That's Kevin Warner. He is looking good. He's up against Billy Eckeridge. And Team Pennzoil, Team Extreme. Infotech, number 31. They're running lightweight superbike. They're on that Infotech group. GPM, Bridgestone, 650 Suzuki, and they are leading in that class. As we come towards the end of the first hour of racing, Steve Carson's got the Team Chicago 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha up to 8th place as he heads down the front straightaway. Up front, though, is Team WERA. Uh-oh, rider down. Went down in turn 3, I believe. That's like 120. As we see J&J Motorsport come by. J&J Motorsport is in 15th. They're not having a great start in this first hour. Mark Young's dad looks on. 120 is going to cross the track. 120 is Team Velocity out of Georgia on that Street and Trail Motorsport. They make it across the track, do some repair work in the pits. But up front, Trey Beatty and that WERA Suzuki, and they are hauling. See number 2 go by. 55, they're running in 2nd place in lightweight super bike. That's MB Motorsports. They're also on a 650 Suzuki Twin. Uh-oh, another bike is down in turn 1. Corner worker tries to get it up. I don't see the rider. Marcos here has just moved by Paul Youngman. That's Army of Darkness getting past Velocity Crew. They're both running in middleweight superbike, but that's another lap he's put on Velocity Crew. Velocity Crew is running in 7th place. Army of Darkness is 2nd. WERA Suzuki is running up front. As Steve Carson comes by, we have signaled him. It's time for a pit stop. As I get ready for the pit stop, time to grab the fuel. Steve Carson should be coming in within a few seconds. We're in 8th place, and it's my turn to take over the do battle at Talladega. Now let's check out this pit stop.
Oh! Hey, when you guys are done, can you do that with Yeah, I'll help you. I'm trying to go. All right.
Now it's my turn to do battle at Talladega. First corner is this left-hander that brings you into the right-hand carousel, which would be turn 2, I guess. Get on the gas. That leads you into the short straight. That takes you to turn 3, which is a left-hand 180-degree turn. Nice corner. They repaved last year. Talladega is absolutely beautiful. Great surface. Get on the gas. Gas it up. Swing it through this kink. Take it to turn 5, I believe. Swing wide, dive down low, and get on the gas and start shifting up. The longest straightaway with a little kink to the left brings into the fast right-hander. One downshift. Somebody get by me. Would that be 14K the movie? Or is that 29dreams.com motorcycle resort? Another bike gets by. I hate the first laps. You get on the gas, get familiar with the tires. Team Charm has gone off the track. They're back on, this team out of Maryland. Catch up with traffic. And back on the gas. The key is getting through the slower bikes. You are scored by your positioning and laps. So you can't allow yourself to get tied up. But I'm always nice getting by riders. Don't cut anybody off. Oh, coming by the inside, it was like 120. They went out in that first hour. That's Team Velocity as he goes scooting along. Army of Darkness is back in the pits. They have got a problem with that clutch again. But after 2 hours of racing at Talladega with the WERA GMD CompuTrack National Endurance up front, Vezra Suzuki is leading. Vezra Suzuki 2 is second. Team Life is running third. Neighbor of the Beast has moved to fourth. Team Extreme has dropped to fifth. Velocity Crew is up to sixth. MotoHeaven.com with Phil Caldwell is in seventh. Nordic Getaway is running eighth. J&J is running ninth. Team Extreme 2 is running 10th. Performance Superbike is 11th. Rage is 12th. Psychotherapy 13th. Team Infotech is 14th. And I've allowed us to drop down to 15th place. But the bike doesn't seem to be handling as well since that crash at Savannah. But talking about the crash at Savannah, as I get around, Sagrada Familiar team, they crashed it and destroyed their bike at Savannah. And that wraps up 2 hours at Talladega. Getting to the third hour. John Jacoby is now on Vezra Suzuki, and they are leading. They've got 3 laps over second place as I bring the Team Chicago 4 and 6 Yamaha back into the pits. It's time to change the rear tire. Steve Carson's going to do the fuel. Vezra 2 is running in second place, number 57. They get ready to pull the one tire out. Talladega is tough on tires, but it's got great traction. I've got to get off the bike and do the tire change. I've got the most experience. So Caldwell is taking care of the chain on the one side. We've got a group of friends helping out. Steve Carson's taking care of the fuel. J&J is coming by. J&J Motorsport. They're on the charge. They're up to 9th place. They are moving. Steve Carson gets on the Team Chicago R6 but I ran that tank dry. He's got to wait a second to get some fuel into the carburetors, and now he can take off. Team Infotech 31 is charging 21. With psychotherapy, see Vesra 2 come in, making a pit stop. Steve Yakov has just gotten off. As we see 22, that's Team Extreme 2. They're out there charging. They're running in 4th place. They changed both tires. Brian Strokes is getting on the Vesra bike, number 57. That's Vesra 2. Phil Caldwell is on 912. That's TeamMotoHeaven.com. 14K to movie. 408. They're running good. They're sponsored by that movie. They're going to produce a movie about motorcycle racing. Steve Carson's on the Team Chicago 4 and 6 prepared Yamaha. After the crash at Savannah, the bike is not handling as well as it should. We're going to have to take it back to 4 and 6 cycle in Chicago and get it CompuTrack, check it out, make sure it's straight. Doesn't feel too great to me. As Steve makes his way around, Trey Beatty is now on Vesra Suzuki as he heads out to do battle. The female team come flashing by. That's Audrey Gia, and yet Silka Lane, the plastic doctor, Ed Bargy Racing School, 650. Steve Carson just got the signal. It's time to come in for the pits. He makes his final lap. We're starting to get into the final hour. Army of Darkness is back in the battle, but they've been in the pits so long. They are in 33rd place. Mark Koser's trying to make a charge out there. They have had problems. Time for the pit. I'm going to grab the fuel, and it's going to be my time to go. So let's check out this pit stop. With less than 35 minutes left in the race, I only have to take on a partial load. I put 3 gallons in the tank, gonna dump the 3 gallons, and then it's my turn to do battle, to try to make up some positions, to try to improve our position so we can come away from here with a few more points. Bike fires right up, and it's my time to go. So I head on out to the right-hander. This left hand carousel, turn 2. In the meantime, psychotherapy number 21 has got a problem. Their rider has dropped it. They're in the middle of the track. 21 is team out of New York City. Psychotherapy, the 6-story motorcycle shop in Manhattan. They're sponsored by that Pirelli and EBC. They make it across the track. 618 is right in front of me at Jeff Weiler's Cycle World. And there's a bunch of hot novices running this bike, I believe. Don't know who's on the bike right now as I try to chase him down, but right in front of him is Team Life. That's Joe Malinese on that Life nightclub. They've got a couple laps on us. I want to get by these guys. This should be some good racing. You know, my bike does not handle as well as it should. We're going to have it checked out on GMD CompuTrack Chicago as I head into the first set of corners. Let's see if I can work my way right up to these guys. Take either inside line, outside line, and get on the gas. If they're accelerating as good as me, I can't get the inside move. Try the inside here, get on the gas. There's enough room. Enough room, stay on the gas, lock up the brakes, get in this corner. Well, he gets by Joe. Joe went wide, I'm on the gas. I get by Joe Malinese on Team Life, but he comes right back as he spots the Team Chicago R6. Not letting me by. I'm going to have to work on this. Looking good out there, number 31. They are running in 10th place as Team Infotech. They are leading middleweight superbike as Army of Darkness comes in for their final pit stop. But they've had a disaster. They had a problem with their shift mechanism. He's going to take over on Army of Darkness as they take on fuel. Try to salvage some points. It has been a disaster at Talladega for Army of Darkness. But they get by Joe on the Life Nightclub, Lockhart Phillips, Moto Heaven, H&H, Motor Torts, G-Force, Pirelli. As we see Billy Eckridge, he's waiting for them to get that front wheel back on the bike, costing them serious time in the pits. For Team Extreme, Pennzoil, they get the wheel on and Billy's off to the races. Oh, I'm trying to catch up with Jeff Weiler, Cycle World. Don't know who's riding the bike. Uh-oh, Joe comes by, catches me daydreaming. Let's get back on the gas. Catching up with a slower bike. Coming by now, that's like Brian Stokes. He's on that Vesra 2. He is on the gas on that Vesra Suzuki Nielsen Enterprise. He makes it past Joe. He starts working on that Jeff Weiler Cycle World Suzuki. Vesra 2 is running in second place. Number 57, Vesra Run is up front. On the charge, though, Velocity Crew has moved up to third. Team Extreme has dropped to fourth. Team Extreme 2 is in fifth. Performance Motorbikes, Superbikes, they moved up to sixth. Neighbor of the Beast is seventh. J&J Motorsports 8th. Team Life, they are running in ninth place. Infotech is running 10th. I have moved us up to 13th place, but we are 2 laps down from Team Life. I'm riding the wheels off this bike, but it just doesn't seem like I got enough to get around Joe to unlap us. Uh-oh, Phil Caldwell has dropped that Moto Heaven 600 Suzuki. He's got to wait for the corner worker to come over to give him a hand. But we're getting towards the end of this 4-hour National Endurance. There's been no red flags. It's been a nice, solid race. Make the outside move, cut low, maybe I can make it, but this rider comes down on me. Joe goes on the outside. I get hung up. Who's at 29? 29 is 29 Dreams Motorcycle Resort, Bridgestones Motor Race. They're out of Alabama. So get on the gas. Get by another bike. Can't let Joe out of my sight. We got more traffic to get through. This is a great race. I just wish I would have rode this hard earlier, but the bike does not feel right. Like I said, I got to get it back on CompuTrack, GMD CompuTrack, back in Chicago at 4 and 6. So they come on 32. That's Performance Superbikes. Man, I thought I could get right by him. He was running slow, and then he picked up the gas, and he's on a 750. He's got a little more power. I got to nudge my way through underneath here. Getting towards the end of the race. Coming by now on the front straightaway and picking up the win. Checkered flag. Vesra Suzuki has won their 6th race of the season. As I continue on, but in the end, Vesra Suzuki is up front. Second place is Vesra 2. Velocity Crew ended up 3rd. Team Extreme 4th. Team Extreme 2 was 5th. Performance Superbike number 44 was 6th. Neighbor of the Beast was 7th. And they won middleweight Superstock. J&J was 8th. Team Life was 9th. Team Infotech 10th. MotoHeaven.com was 11th. 14K the movie was 12th. Team Chicago, we had to settle for 13th. Vesra won heavyweight bike and middleweight superbike. Heavyweight Superstock was won by Performance Superbikes. And in the points, middleweight Superbike, Army of Darkness still maintains their lead Middleweight super stock, Team Life has put a few more points on us. They've got 50 points on us, middleweight super stock. Lightweight superbike, Team Infotech has got a solid lead. Heavyweight super stock, J&J is still leading. They've got that wrapped up. WERA Suzuki is still up front, but they got 100 points over Team Extreme in heavyweight superbike, as we see WERA Suzuki coming back into the pits. WERA Suzuki in the overall points is leading. They are in second place with WERA 2. Army of Darkness is third. Team Extreme fourth. J&J fifth. Team Life is sixth. Psychotherapy seventh. 14K to Movie is eighth. Team Infotech has moved to ninth. And Team Chicago, we are still in 10th place. This has been a pretty good race for Team Chicago, but just not enough.
Music for the show by Engine, Mike Creeds, Intrigue, and Travesty. And all this music recorded at Fireside Studios, Westchester, Illinois. And thanks to Dennis Torres and WERA for the additional video footage. Could not have done it without their help. Dennis is a great cameraman. For more information on WERA, Western Eastern Road Race Association, go to their website, WERA.com. On Facebook, it's WERA Motorcycle Road Racing. It's America's road race leader. For Talladega GP Raceway, it's TalladagaGP.com. To contact me, and I love to hear from my audience, it's TeamDan45@gmail.com. Remember, you can always search on YouTube with Dan Schmidt Motorcycle Racing for great motorcycle racing action, Dan Schmidt Politics, to learn what makes America great. And I highly encourage you to visit the World of Motorcycle Museum. They're in Winamac, Indiana, 4 miles south of North Judson on Indiana Highway 39. But give them a call first at 574-896-3172. It's a great trip and a wonderful collection of motorcycles. And to pick up your copy of the Team Chicago History Package, go to Rich's Yamaha in Lockport, Illinois, but give them a call first at 815-838-8130. Their website is richesyamaha.com. Pick up your package, the Team Chicago History Show. And if you want to learn about motorcycles, if you're really interested, there's nothing like going to a swap meet. Here's a list of some swap meets. Walneck Swap. Go to walneckswap.com. Shepherdsville, Princeton, Illinois, Springfield, Ohio, Princeton, Illinois in 2025.